Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary people, welcome to the 1328 experience. Not a podcast, not a YouTube series, not just the handsomest house in Vermilion, but an experience like no other that you're listening to on, or you're maybe watching on whatever platform you do so choose.
Yeah.
This is episode 8?
7? I think we're at 7.
Episode 7. Dakota Smith.
And I'm Caleb Van Rich. I was going to say to differentiate our voices, we should probably make a little introduction. Also, I'm going to take the time right now. We usually do this at the end, but I think it's good to do it at the beginning so catch all the listeners or watchers. Please like, subscribe, give a little share.
Yeah.
Anything you can do to help the pod. Greatly appreciated.
Honestly, post on Facebook. LinkedIn.
We should probably start attacking LinkedIn.
Yeah. If you match with a girl on Tinder, just say like, do you listen to the 1328 podcast?
That's how you get a good judgment on the type of person they are.
Honestly. Like if you're in the Vermilion or Clay County area, you match with a girl and you say, do you listen to 1328? She says no, then you know she's maybe not the one for you. I mean, unless she's really attractive, of course.
I mean,
but
I don't know if everyone's followed us on Instagram that's listening to this, but we have had an incident where someone in this household or in this podcast, maybe in the podcast has matched with someone. I think it was on Bumble.
I believe it was
on Bumble. And the first introductory message, I'm saying the word weird, but they said was, love the episode today, or something to that.
That is facts, to that extent, yeah. I don't know.
You couldn't come up with a better message. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a perfect one. She had me like hook, line, and sinker. Ooh, I said
Oh!
Ooh, yikes. Ooh, yikes.
Self-exposed. It's alright.
Well, that's unfortunate. Guess we're not cutting that one out. But, yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while. Well,
First couple episodes.
Yeah, that was
First
the
couple
first
episodes.
to be honest. So getting started, we usually start with shower thoughts, but this isn't really a shower thought per se. This is more so what I'd like to call a life decree, or just like it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, it's something that we're all committed to, I would say, at the deepest point in our bond. I would say it's almost deeper. I would say, like, you know when people say, like, God, family, football?
Yeah.
I usually say bag, family, life. That's how I would normally describe my triad of life decrees. But so we're gonna talk about bags.
Bags.
No, we're not talking about the thing that you maybe physically have on your back, or the things with your laptop in it, or maybe even the thing that's across your chest that says champion.
Or Supreme.
Or Supreme, but yeah.
That's one of your type of thing.
Yeah, to be honest. But we're gonna talk about your proverbial bag. Now, I'm just gonna start it off here, and then Caleb obviously is gonna take over. But to be in one's bag is to be so at one with oneself that you can thus finesse and woo a woman or a woman or man.
I don't like the word finesse in there.
Well, I said woo.
It makes it seem dirty.
Okay, well, you don't have to finesse them. I guess you just woo.
Woo.
What's another word for woo?
Woo. You say impress. Attract.
Attract, yeah. Garner the attention.
Finesse seemed dirty to me. I don't know. I just didn't like
I
it.
didn't mean it in a dirty way, but you garner the attention of the opposite sex or same sex. I mean,
whoever you're attracted to.
We love love, but whoever you're attracted to, and thus you are in your bag, your proverbial bag, because you are you're presenting skills to attain a mate of some sort, whether that be sexual, not sexual. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's like my most basic definition.
Yeah, it can't really be described in another way. I know yesterday we were trying to explain the whole bag situation or idea to another human, and point wasn't really getting across. I'm not sure if it was lack of explaining or something of that sort, or maybe it was on the receiving end and there were some issues over there going on.
There might
So
just.
I think it was just
There might have
a
been a
bad thing. But yeah, I think that description was fantastic.
Thank you.
I thought it was about.
To go into a little bit more detail, we also have discussed recently that I feel like each individual has their own bag, has their own manifestation of
To
their
each
bag.
their own.
To each their own, one said. And with each bag, there comes a personality to each bag. Now, as I look across the room, my associate and production manager and local just hooligan, Miguel, otherwise known as Micah, who also was not present for the last podcast, I'd like to point out.
Wasn't going to be present for today's podcast if we're gonna get that stated.
Sure.
We're doing a late night
Very
recording
true.
right now. We usually get these done in the middle of the day and morning, but
It's
we're doing a
crazy.
late night to accommodate to our production manager.
Yeah. He decided to prioritize his faith in a higher power over the podcast. No, I'm completely kidding. But yeah, he wasn't here. But his bag, if manifested into a physical entity, would definitely be a nice duffel. He's a simple man of simple taste. He said a nice duffel that probably a little LV duffel probably. Yeah, something along those lines. Now as I scan the room across to my right, there's one Trey Javante Thomas, and we decided that his bag would be that of a crossbody champion sling, or sling fanny pack that I know he personally owns. I can say.
So he already owns his bag?
Yeah, he does own this bag.
Oh.
He does. I'm also kind of curious why he's wearing a bandana in our house, but
It wasn't an outfit.
yeah, that's it. As I scan to my further right,
Oh.
we reach one Caleb Manarash, who I think his bag, his spirit bag,
Spirit bag. Can't wait to get that.
it's that's a good choice. I'd like to have my production manager for assistant here, but I would say if you could make a Lululemon briefcase.
Ooh.
That yes, it's hard to open. It's got like 4 locks on it. There's a key and a code, and then a retinal scanner on it. I don't know why, but it just does. So that's how I would.
Quite interesting.
Yeah,
Alright.
to each their own. What can I say?
What do you think?
And then for my own personal bag, I struggle to really find her sometimes, but I would say that she most specifically manifests herself as a Supreme backpack with just some stickers on it.
Yeah.
Very colorful. Yeah. So yeah.
I like that. That's great.
Thank you.
Great job there. You killed that.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go into shower thoughts. I have a shower thought
All right.
I want to get into. Do you remember back in elementary school, maybe it even trickled into middle school, like the absolute free buzz you got when it was that time of the year in class, or just that time of the month, or whatever the rotation was, where the whole seating chart arrangement came about. You got new seating assignments, and there's just a little bit of hope in the back of your head that you get seated maybe next to your buddies, or maybe next to that cute girl that you could never admit that you had a little crush on, but you would love to sit next to her. I was just thinking, what a buzz that was when you're just like they're drawing up the names for the tables, the assignments.
So are we talking
Did you
about,
ever experience that?
Are we talking about middle school or elementary school?
I'd say more elementary school. I'd say elementary school. Middle school, I mean, I think it plays into both. I mean, it's just a little buzz.
Yeah.
Before you knew what a buzz was,
Yeah,
that was the buzz.
Well, I can personally say that I feel like in elementary school I was not yet observing women at the
But
clip I am
even
now.
you didn't even. But there was a little kind of. You had a weird feeling that there was something about that you like being next to like a certain girl or something.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the only I think the first time I felt that, and this is gonna get real existential here, but the first time I felt that, I remember like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I looked across the blacktop of my elementary school, and I saw this really pretty girl. She had really pretty eyes.
So you didn't know what it was.
I mean, I did know, but I don't know if I really knew. I think I just like knew that I liked looking at her.
Like now you're coming to senses that it was because she was like super.
Yeah, but I weirdly don't know if there was anyone else that sparked my interest in that same way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. But I think that was the first hint that I was like attracted to a girl.
First encounter. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, like I think that's it's definitely a relatable feeling. Did you have cards in your elementary school? Like
Cards.
Like, did you all have a behavioral card on like a wall?
No, I think the only thing kind of similar to that was like in kindergarten or something. We had, if you did something good or the teacher acknowledged you, so you could like go mark something on a little board and she had everyone's names and like whoever had the most marks by the end of the week, eat lunch with her, and it was a big deal.
Oh wow!
I think that's the only thing.
But you didn't have there was no like what was your system of punishment in elementary school?
Go to the office.
But like there was no incremental like thing where like,
maybe it was like go sit in the corner by yourself or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
Wow. Well, I could say that in my elementary school experience, we most often we had a little board thing that sat usually next to the teacher's desk, and each person had like their own little foldy thingy or like little pocket, and there'd be 3 to 4 different colored cards in there, and everyone would start at green, and then as you like if you did something bad or you spoke out of line or you just did something incorrect, she would tell you to go change your color. So then you would thus change green to, I believe, yellow to orange to red. Red meaning you're probably getting sent to the office or something.
Sent to the office, yeah.
Okay. And then there was a very there was a lot of pressure on that, honestly. And then I think also by the end, these colors had point systems, so if you were like on green for most of the week or a lot of the week, you would get to choose from a toy chest at the end of the week.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
What kind of toy were you targeting?
I mean, I was a big toy guy, so I don't know. I mean, I had a lot of toys anyway, so I don't know if I was necessarily targeting a particular toy. I really enjoyed my WWE wrestlers back in the day, so anything that had to do with those, then I was probably like picking out in accordance to. But yeah, I recall once I was a pretty good kid. I never really got in trouble, but I recall there being one singular time that I had to change my card to yellow, and that was because I just.
So from green to yellow.
And that's just because.
Look at you.
I mean, I know I'm a rebel, but that was just because. Just like today, I just talk too much, and honestly, it probably wasn't even something bad. I just probably didn't raise my hand to say something.
What in reference to today? What do you mean today?
Oh, I'm just a very talkative person. What can I say? I just talk a lot.
And so today that did you wrong or what?
You think? Oh, do I think today that does me wrong? I mean,
no, like today, because you just said like today.
Oh, not like specifically
like today.
I'm just saying like. I
missed the reference. I don't know.
No, sorry, no. I'm just saying like currently.
It's like something happened today.
No. I'm just saying like currently as the person I still am today. That,
just a talkative.
I'm just a talkative guy. I just talk too much.
Yeah. Something in elementary school that we had that was pretty dope. Well, 2 things. First grade. It was both first grade. I had a great experience in first grade. I loved it. Miss Gonzalez. I love you. I hope you're doing well. I have no idea where you are in life. But one thing, we had dance parties every week. We had a little dance party, just the kids just grooving, which was very exciting as a kid. And then, secondly, she had a pet snake in the classroom that she let us take out and hang out with. And if she liked you enough, she let you take the pet snake home for a week in the whole enclosure. So I got to take it home for a week. She loved it.
She let you take the whole.
Take it home. She and I don't know if it was because she didn't want to have to go buy the little mouse. Wasn't going to go buy the little mouse. So she also said she allowed us to maybe go feed it as well. So mom and I went and got a little mouse for the snake and fed it. Jeez. What an experience that was as a little kid. Yeah. So, you really learn what circle of life is at that moment.
Honestly, I think.
So what an experience.
I think Miss Gonzalez was finessing the fuck out of you guys because I think she was just like, all right, I don't really want to take care of this thing. We're gonna give it to one of these kids each week, and then I don't really have to see it.
Hey, maybe. Hey.
But props to her though. I mean, clearly it worked. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's funny. But we can segue into my random shower thought. My shower thought for today was something that was kind of sparked in a conversation with my coworker, which I'm still on the clock, fun fact.
Wow.
But it's a conversation about whether or not you're scared more so of space or the open ocean.
Mm.
What strikes more anxiety and fear into you, personally? I can kind of assume your answer, but
they're both just large abyss.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's kind of like?
What am I more fearful of?
Yeah. I mean, there should be kind of an. I feel like it's kind of an obvious
I
answer.
feel like space.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
Oh.
fearful of? I guess like. I mean, ocean if I'm just swimming in it. But I mean, like
Well,
space is more of a thing where it's like you have no idea what's out there.
Yeah, I think.
The ocean, you're kind of just like.
Well, I
don't know.
think
I feel like it,
Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Go.
to each. I don't know. There's frightening scenarios in both.
No, there definitely is. I think I personally, but like if placed in that, like
Except-
asked that, I would probably say the open ocean. Just considering like that's a more real feasible.
Yeah.
like,
So
fear.
like, in terms of feasibility, yeah, it's
Yeah.
more likely like what do you not want to happen to you? Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna pick the open
Yeah.
ocean because obviously it's more likely. Like no one's gonna just randomly shoot you off into space. Hopefully.
You never know.
Yeah.
But I also
Yeah.
think like, I mean, okay, open ocean.
The idea of space is what frightens. I think the idea of like not frightens, but I think is crazy.
No, it gives you more anxiety, and it's more anxiety inducing, I would say. I think that I say the ocean only because like space just personally just interests me so extensively, and I know it interests you as well. But I think to myself that like if placed in the situation where like space could then harm me, like there'd be nothing to worry about because the moment I'm dead, I'm dead. Like there's no like.
Yeah,
There's no
in the ocean,
process.
in the ocean, it's definitely a little more agonizing.
Yeah. There's no drowning
Except
process.
in
There's
space,
no
there's
eating a
like,
shark.
because space is like starving if you're just chilling out there. I mean, that would suck. In the ocean, you got like sharks and stuff
Yeah, I don't know.
coming after you. But I think space. I mean, if you had kind of a plan behind what you were doing out there, it'd be pretty awesome.
No, what would you say?
But going to explore other galaxies and whatnot, if that was a possibility.
Oh,
I think I'm
absolutely.
taking advantage of that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
No,
that.
most certainly. But yes, I'm probably choosing the ocean, just in terms of what I'm scared of. But, so, that also leads me to a side topic. Production manager, also, I think we're expecting an order in like 5 seconds to the door. But, production manager, I'm also going to have to ask you to look up when you return the wait, hold on, I'm going to say it correctly. The Mariana Trench when you return.
The isn't that the deepest?
Look it up,
Is
yes.
that the deepest trench?
That is,
Oh, there's the
we go.
door. Also, when you walk past there, Micah, can you take those down? Yeah. I think those sound. That sounds gonna be
was
bad
kind
in
of
the
thinking.
video.
Huh? No.
Sorry, people, for this little break. It's dinner time.
It is dinner time.
Household.
So what I was once again referring to is the Mariana Trench. It is what I've been told / like researched to be the deepest point that we have, well, that like known to man, basically, like the deepest point that we can reach known to man. It is located in the western Pacific Ocean, about 200 kilometers east of Mariana Islands, and is the deepest oceanic trench on Earth. It's a crescent shape, measures about 2,550 kilometers. I think it's really interesting. Obviously, once again, as we've discussed on multiple times on the show, the ocean is a vast, expansive thing that is yet to even be partially discovered. But as I looked into this Mariana Trench, hold on, I'm going to go to the images because it showed some really cool stuff. It shows the creatures that you find in the Mariana Trench.
The creatures that we found.
That are only really found like in these
There.
this
Imagine what's down there that we have.
Yeah.
We've probably touched 0.05% of what's down there,
Oh.
just because we have. Like, every once in a while, we send a little water drone type thing down there, and we're like, oh, we saw that. That's down there. But I mean,
so of these creatures, there exists the goblin shark.
spooky.
Thing is scary. It has like I don't know. It literally looks like a monster out of Monsters Inc. It's kind of crazy. It has like a mouth that feels like it comes out of another mouth, and then it has like super duper sharp teeth. and it's only found in like the depths of the ocean. So that's why that's why
Smart
it shows
shark.
up. Yeah, honestly.
Just stay down there.
Yeah,
Fuck
it just
them
probably feeds off all these like poor little
organisms
creatures,
and whatnot.
Yeah, organisms and whatnot that are just like, ooh, bottom of the ocean.
Bottom of the
Probably
ocean
just
vibes.
chilling. Yeah, I can't necessarily find the little the thingy I had that like said all these weird creatures that exist, but yeah, the goblin shark is a rare species of deep sea shark, sometimes called a living fossil. Is representative of the family Mitsukuridae, a lineage some 125 million years old. Fun fact. And that is your fun fact of the day, blue ocean creatures. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I talked to my coworker about that. The deepest place in the ocean. Thank you for mentioning that, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and that just made me think like, wow, there's really crazy things out there that we've just yet to even.
Some very crazy things.
Yeah.
Are you much of a swimmer?
Yeah. Contrary to stigmas perpetuated by culture, as an African American male, I can't swim. That was not like I just like that joke, but yes.
I love that joke.
Yes. I learned to swim in the YMCA, and I don't remember my age, but I learned to swim like the YMCA. That was like across the street from my house.
I think the YMCA is the prime place to learn how to swim. Learn how to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
YMCA.
everyone.
I think it's just the YMCA. Are those still around? I think they are.
YMCA's.
I think they're definitely still around. I just haven't been to one in a long time. I used to play racquetball there as well.
YMCA's. I mean, I'm also.
Would you trust yourself to swim like to swim a long distance?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Like how far do you think you could swim? In one, like you could swim, you could stop, like tread water for a little bit, keep swimming.
Well, first and foremost, I suck at treading water. I can swim, I just can't. Treading water is not at all my forte.
Mm-hmm.
And also on the to answer your distance question, I'm very confident that I can only make it probably, I don't even know, like not very far whatsoever. I once swam and like I'm a in shape individual who like is conditioned decently well. And this was in high school though, but we like they wanted us to like swim in our pool, and like we swam down and back, and I was literally like I felt like my heart was gonna explode.
Water conditioning is different.
It's insane.
Those people are animals. Swimmers. Props to you.
Honestly, great people.
Great people.
Shout out to swimmers, honestly. But yeah, once again, like I know for a fact I cannot make it very far.
No, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, if in a position where.
I think that's something we should work on.
I mean.
I think it's like a life or death type of thing. Like you should just probably be able to swim a certain distance.
I mean, you probably
just never know. Going back to the dangers of the open ocean.
Yeah.
You should probably be able to swim a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, like.
If you don't have a life jacket.
Thinking of those things truly did strike true anxiety into my heart. Like, being stuck in the middle of the ocean sounds absolutely terrifying.
I'm more fearful of the sharks, man. There's something about like, yeah, I probably would just die from drowning, but the fact that there could be something just underneath me and you can't really see it, and it's just coming up and maybe grabbing you, I think would provide the most anxiety for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think it would be about both. To be honest, like I don't know.
Drowning, yeah. I mean, hopefully you have a life jacket. I mean, you're on a boat. I mean, I'd hope that if you're down there, you have a life jacket.
Or some little cruise or something. I mean,
little
cruises are going out of.
Yeah, cruises are too hot for COVID. With COVID being a thing,
they're going basically in the state.
Being trapped in a space with people with no exit.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very.
I think that's a hot spot for the likes of COVID.
I would presume it was. Honestly.
Yeah.
I presume
and
it was.
Wasn't there an issue with Carnival, like the ships always breaking down and whatnot?
Yeah, I know cruise ships.
Like, cruise ships were just having a tough time for.
Yeah, I mean it's just a dying industry. I mean they've been around for a decent amount of time. You got the Titanic, and then just a dying.
You got the Titanic, and then
the movie did the industry dirty. The movie did the industry dirty, to say the least.
I've never seen the Titanic. I probably should see that.
I don't think I've seen that in its entirety as well. I don't think I've like fully seen. I mean, I know.
I just know, like you know what's gonna happen.
You know what's gonna happen.
Kind of ruins it.
Like you know all.
Like I'm sure the acting was fantastic.
Well, yeah, it's Leo. So.
Like Leo's an all-time.
I'm sure Miguel.
That's great. I saw a picture the other day of Leo, just his out of shape self, not caring, one of the best actors in the world,
Mhm.
so rich, doesn't matter,
Yeah,
with
just loaded.
a smoke
Yeah, I'm sure.
of a woman, just
Oh.
constantly surrounded by these types of ladies. And he's just so out of shape, the belly's going, does not give a fuck.
Sounds like
No one
nice.
cares.
No one cares. When you're Leo, like,
When you're Leo, it doesn't matter.
he also probably like could lose that in like 5 seconds if he wanted to. I mean, considering he probably does lose that for like roles.
And
stuff.
there's no drug testing for actors, so you can use whatever.
It's true. What if there's drug testing for actors? That'd be weird.
That'd be
Well,
wild.
I mean, we probably just wouldn't really have actors. Or
It would just be like the
talented
lamest movies or shows in history.
To be honest.
Like, if we're gonna get into maybe a little sneak peek to our Halloween costume, the Wiggles.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys were on drugs.
I mean,
Those guys, go, if you have or want to, I highly suggest you go watch a video of the original Wiggles.
Yeah, original.
1990s-ish Wiggles, and look at their eyes. Those are
Those men in the eye.
Look at those eyes
Tell
that
me
they
they're
are
not.
showing you, and how can they let kids watch that? Because those guys are on drugs, 100%. 100%. You can't convince me otherwise. If we could come into contact, I want to know the actor. Let's go watch. I'm gonna go find out who the actors are on the Wiggles or the original, and I'm gonna email them or come to contact with them. I don't know why I said email. Like that was weird. I
They're
don't
probably
know.
just living very.
But I do
average.
come to contact. Oh, very average. But I'm asking. Be honest. Come on. I won't expose you.
Imagine
Were you on drugs?
doing that. What, how
I just have to know.
I mean, of course they were. They had
Yeah,
to have done something.
they've had. Those guys are. I've never seen whiter eyes.
It probably took
in my
the
life.
it probably took the like the life cycle of like a like 90s rock band or 80s rock band. Like they probably like were together. They were like, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. And then like
You're saying the Wiggles were rock stars.
hey, they did.
They kind of were rock
did
stars. Yeah,
concerts
you're
and
right.
stuff.
You're
They
right.
honestly
Did
were.
they? Did they? I forgot about the concerts.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
yeah,
concerts.
yeah. Did you watch Blue's Clues? I forgot about Blues. That's I don't know why Blues
Blue's
Clues caught.
Clues.
But then they changed the guy and it pissed me off. So I stopped watching it. But I remember that. I don't know why. It's kind. I feel like it's the same era. That's why I popped.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely similar eras. But they definitely like went on a rock tour and then like one guy was like, yo man, maybe we take a little bump, and he was like, really? And then
They were
did.
skiing?
They were skiing, and then they skied a couple times, and then skiing got a little too out of hand, and then Yellow Wiggle said like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking I don't know, and then things just went downhill.
They're like, I don't know.
Things went downhill.
Yeah,
and-
how did the Wiggles break up? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Or they just like, I
They
can't
probably
do
just
this?
canceled the show because they were like,
They
"Fuck."
canceled, then they brought it back, right? You said there's some
Yeah.
newer versions of the Wiggles where they
Yeah.
try to be more inclusive.
Well, by inclusive, there's just a girl, but I
Oh.
think I thought like full inclusivity would be like girl and maybe African American or like
People of color, for
yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
A couple different races,
Who am I?
not just 4 white guys.
Yeah. Who am I to make?
Maybe one of the guys, I think one of the original guys was maybe
There was an Asian.
a little Asian guy. I think maybe not fully Asian. Like,
Ah, yeah.
maybe. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing.
We're just
here.
spitballing here.
Just spitballing here.
Well, that was really my main shower thought, but another thing that
Did our production manager have something to say? Did he want to provide?
The original Yellow Wiggle almost died of a heart attack at a concert.
Drugs. I don't know if you heard this. People for the pod. I know the video.
said.
People watching this probably heard. But the Yellow Wiggle almost died of a heart attack at a concert.
does it say natural causes? Because that's definitely a lie.
No, he was just close to death, and two of the other Wiggles saved him.
2 other Wiggles saved Yellow Wiggle.
I can imagine how that.
What drugs were those guys
They were
on?
just
That
fucking-
they were just grooving and dancing for little kids, and the TV people allowed it. They were just like,
Just hitting the slub so hard.
go watch. Please
Yellow
go
Wiggle-
watch this if you're listening. Go
Yellow-
watch the Wiggles.
Yes,
Please
right.
go watch.
Yellow Wiggle grabs a needle or some shit and just like goes off the rails, and they're just like,
No,
like,
no, Yellow Wiggle.
no. Oh god, that's dark, but wow. Did he survive? Is he okay? Can you look up like where are they now?
Of the original Wiggles.
Oh, yeah.
I wish
I'm
we
kinda
we should have
curious.
pulled that up. We should do
We
it,
should,
or you could
honestly.
pull it up on the TV.
Yeah. If you didn't watch the Wiggles, I'm a little disappointed in you. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what you're going through?
It just comes up with like the new Wiggles.
See,
No update
With
on
the
the
girl.
Wiggles people.
see. What kind of inclusivity is that? I mean, not to, who's to say I'm the inclusivity manager for the Wiggles, but crazy. You know something I think about a lot, to be honest, is I often say that like if I could choose like one profession, or like I think my spirit animal would just be like a like 80s 90s R&B singer.
That's your spirit animal?
Yeah. Like if I could choose like one profession that would really
an 80s 90s singer is your spirit animal.
R&B singer specifically.
R&B singer. I'm just gonna your spirit animal.
Mm-hmm. He's like his own.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
No. I
okay.
You know,
Okay.
I'm
all right. Good.
I just think like the thought of being able to just like sing in the rain and tear off your shirt and wear ridiculous outfits and just.
It doesn't rain now, and ridiculous outfits are banned, I guess.
Well, no, but I'm saying like the culture of music in that day and age.
I got you.
Gosh, we get it. You don't listen to the music, guy.
Dude, I was listening to some Motown on the way back from work tonight. Shout out Mr. Thomas for putting me on. Shout out Mr. Thomas. I know you're not listening to this, but I hope you are at some point listening to this, and your son tells you to listen to this. But shout out to you for your amazing, fantastic, most delicious cooking and grilling I've ever had in my entire life.
Thanks.
Thank you. And thank you for just coming over, blasting music in the backyard, and putting out the best vibe I could imagine. So, I'm looking at you, Trey. This needs to get sent to Mr. Thomas. I appreciate you. You put me on.
Honestly.
I love you.
Man.
Thank you.
Love him. Also, while we're doing
and shout out, of course, Mrs. Thomas. I love you, and your cooking is just as delicious. And for your cleaning that you're doing, you clean our house, our mess all the time.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And then
I love you as well.
In a matter of an hour, it is somehow just as dirty. But
I don't know how we do it, but we do it.
Animals. Also, while we're doing a little shout out, I want to shout out one Elizabeth Van Der Esch for sending the whole squad gloves.
Oh.
Not only me, but the whole squad. I really appreciate that. The love's there, and we thoroughly appreciate it. Our little toesies.
And I do want to say Papa Doug was involved in that.
Oh, well, thank you too.
Papa Doug was very enthusiastic about making sure that they went over to Kohl's and got it.
Oh, perfect.
So.
My man. Thank you, Papa Doug. Appreciate it as always. My landlord, the goat. Yeah, but as I was saying, just R&B singing. That would
R&B singing?
Definitely be my spirit.
Do you have a song title that you'd use right now? Like, what's a song? What's your hit coming off the bat right now?
My like one hit wonder
your one
kind
hit
of thing.
Yeah, or your first hit. Like, what's the title of the song gonna be?
It'd probably just be called like Bag Talk.
Bag Talk.
Yeah. It'd just be like, oh.
They're cute. I know. Go. Ooh.
God, that was so bad. Christ.
Got the artist on
This
our
is
hands,
probably the
boys.
moment when they turned off the podcast. They said, alright.
Okay, we gave the kid a chance.
Give it
We
a
gave
shot.
the kid a chance.
Good thing this is deep into it stuff. They're already this deep. You might as well finish. Ooh, that sounded so suggestive.
You might as well finish. Quote of the day.
That sounded
Hey, if you get that deep, you might as well finish.
suggestive. If you get that deep, you might as well finish. Wow.
Stay close to the mic. kid.
Suggestive.
Face
Yeah.
close to the mic, remember.
I know.
We do
yeah.
have issues with that sometimes.
I know. One thing, yeah. I don't know. I was gonna bring something up, but
I kind of want you to bring it up.
I don't think it's appropriate.
Okay. But maybe still bring like slightly, give me
No,
a
no,
give me a
no.
little dab.
I think that'll just be the end. I have an end quote in mind.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm glad. We have a fun fact and an end quote for you guys
Oh,
today.
perfect. We got both.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Is there any movies you really like want to watch?
That I really want to watch?
Because I don't think that's the movies I really want to watch.
Like that I haven't seen before?
No, just like maybe movies that are just like you haven't seen a little bit and you got reminded of something and you're like, wow, I really want to watch that.
I know you have some on your brain right now, and I need to think a little bit, but
Well, I
nothing
can
that comes to mind right now. But shout out, this isn't a film, but maybe we could consider a film. But we watched it the other day, and it is quite hilarious. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. What a funny movie. That's a comical movie.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As you guys watched that, I just recently watched that for whatever reason.
It's funny.
And honestly, I was not a fan of that movie.
What a downer.
Like it had its like corny laughs, but I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's
dude,
like-
this is so poorly done. Like Jesus.
Oh, it's definitely not the best. I'm just referring to who just watched it, and it did have some laughs.
No, it does. It does. Of
That's
course,
why.
it has laughs.
I'm
But
not
I was just
saying-
like,
oh,
gosh,
yeah.
they could have made it at least a little better. Because like,
Yeah.
for example, like Step Brothers, beautifully done, and then also.
Oh, you know, you can't even put it on the
I
same
know, but
level
I'm
as
just-
Step Brothers. It's just not meant
No,
to be
of course
in
not.
that
It's
same
not
category.
at all. But I'm just saying, like in
Like,
that.
Step
realm
Brothers
of-
is all time great cinema.
That's fine.
All right, but let's hear some movies that you.
Some movies that have really been on my mind
that have
lately.
been on your mind.
The Simpsons movie. Simpsons
That's been
movie
on your
has
mind?
my mind. Yeah.
This with the dome when they enclose the city in a dome.
Oh, you've seen the Simpsons movie?
Yeah, and the sand trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. I really enjoy the scene.
Why'd they get put in a dome again?
It's because honestly I forget. I forget like the exact plot, but I just know my favorite part of the movie is just like when Grandpa is like in mid church, the like light shines on him or something, and then like it goes away and then it finds him or something, and then he starts freaking out all of a sudden. He's like, "Twisted tail, 1,000 eyes, Eepa, Eepa." I love it.
What?
That's my favorite part of the movie. And then they have to like roll him out of the carpet, and they're just like, and then he's like, "I'll see you guys next week." And like he just like turns regular. It's so funny.
I like the part where what's his name? Is it Bart that rides the motorcycle around the dome, or who rides the motorcycle? You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about, but that's Homer.
Is it Homer that does it?
Homer rides the bike around the dome.
I remember that part. I was when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah, what a movie.
What a movie.
Yeah. Also, you see Bart's cartoon penis in that movie. It's kind of a little off-putting, but you like. There's a whole scene of him riding naked, and then there's like a whole like 4 to 5 seconds of just like hedge hole, and you just see a little cartoon peen. It's like, wow. It's like they just really had to draw a cartoon peen, and it doesn't even look like the cartoon peen that you would assume. It's like it's kind of I don't know, just like a little thumb. It's weird.
Wasn't it good enough size for you?
I didn't say anything about the size. I was talking about the way in which it was caricatured onto my screen. I wasn't quite impressed.
Gotcha.
I do love some nice Simpsons. I was gonna talk about something, but sorry, I hate to be that guy. I was gonna talk about like recently. I had thought about Universal Studios and like amusement parks that do like the Halloween themed like basically haunted house things because you guys all said you guys wanted to go to haunted houses.
Yeah.
But do you enjoy haunted houses?
Dude,
or do you
just kind of tying into that same exact thing. We had a Great America, and that was like the amusement park that everyone went to.
Okay. Great America.
I think it was Drop Zone was like the highest like drop thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I hope it's Drop Zone. I'm not confusing it with something else, but it's like the highest like pure free fall.
Mm-hmm.
And sure, but they put on a Halloween themed thing for the whole month or whatever,
Yeah.
and yeah, the haunted houses there, holy smokes, frightening.
Really?
Very frightening. They had like a bunch you could go to and went on like different themes, like some with mirrors, some with strobe lights, some with like tight enclosures, some with like people dragging shovels and whatnot, like all that.
Wow.
I like it. It's just scary. I get really scared.
Yeah. Like I think if that made you scared, I think like the Universal Studios one.
I wasn't saying all the things they did. I was just trying to give.
No.
I'm not trying to don't shoot down great.
No, I'm
America's
not shooting
haunted
down
houses.
at all.
Like, they were great haunted.
No,
houses.
I'm not shooting you down at all.
We get it. You
I'm sure it's
think
really
your
cool.
haunted houses are so dope.
I'm
but
just
like our haunted houses, they were good.
Well, but I'm not trying to shoot it down at all. I'm just saying when you compare an amusement park, like a regional amusement park, to like.
I don't know if it's a regional, bro. That's it. Talking about the Bay Area.
Well,
Silicon
an amusement
Valley.
park.
You know those apps on your phone?
Okay, this man always says this. I'm talking about an amusement park compared to literally a movie studio that is also an amusement park. Like one of the most legendary movie studios like in the country or in the world.
I'm
like,
putting up.
you know what I mean?
Great America's holding its own.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I don't think it is like yeah.
Great up. Look at.
I'm sure it's great. I mean, look it up. I'm sure it's great.
Great
but also, you're
America's
comparing it to Universal Studios. They are
crappy movies.
Do you know what movies they made?
Not good ones.
Frankenstein, Dracula,
Never heard of
the
it.
original Invisible Man.
Good for them.
Like all like literally movies that like. That
Never seen any of those movies.
are the framework for horror movies, just in general. I'm sure you haven't seen other movies. You don't like horror movies, so like you genuinely haven't seen those movies.
Yeah, I literally have
I
not seen
know.
those movies. I don't know. Watch
Great
it.
America.
That is.
Fear
What's some
is nothing
graphics?
for you.
Great graphics for Great America. Great graphics for Great America. Those are good.
All right.
Those are good.
Now
Those
look
are
up
good.
Universal Studios.
Our production manager is pulling up
Yes.
graphics for everyone.
Now, for all my Southern California people, they're gonna realize that Universal Studios is
NorCal.
10 times.
We're just kind of like more sophisticated type people, I think.
It's more sophisticated type people. I'm gonna have to vehemently disagree with you on that.
Ugh, it is what it is.
I don't. How could you justify saying like? Where does that come from?
Just hold on, I'm trying to see these graphics. What's going on in that pic? I can't see those pictures very well. You gotta grab that. Oh, you're not good enough to grab that, Dakota, but you're closest.
Okay, I honestly.
What is
was not
this?
thinking of
You never- The graphics for Great America are way better than these dumb pictures.
Dude,
These dumbass.
there's one
These aren't even
picture
scary.
with a-
These aren't even scary.
with a
Where they
CGI
had
hand.
all their other pictures of little kids, so it's a little kids amusement.
No.
Oh yeah, they just bring. They're not even little. They're not even scary. They're not even scary. They're just showing pictures with like donut cream filling in their mouth.
Okay, well that just sounded weird. But
That's what it was. That guy was eating a donut.
I
That's
feel-
not even scary.
I-
You think she's gonna scare me? Not frightened.
You don't watch horror movies, but
And I'm saying she's not
I
scary.
don't feel comfortable like defending this because I just know objectively that like,
It's
a
a
movie.
movie. Oh yeah, no.
I mean-
Great America's holding its own.
alright, well whatever
I
you
love
say.
you, Great
I'd love to
America.
really
I love
get
you,
like
Great
a
America.
statistical
Great America, Levi
measure
Stadium,
of
the same
that.
parking lot if you didn't know. In and out right next to the exit. Fantastic stop.
Nice. And we named the like 5 trillion major movie films that were made.
No, I'm not
in
down.
Universal
I'm not.
Studios
I
Park.
know I did earlier hate their movies. Just like I said, I did just because I was in heat of battle. But
There's no
they did make great movies. They do make great movies. I'll give them that. But Great America, I haven't been to Great America in probably 8 years. If I'm gonna be honest.
It hasn't even been there.
8, maybe a decade. If I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the last time I've been to Great America, but when I was.
Have you even been there in the Hollywood Town thing?
What?
Did you go during the Halloween Town thing? Like the scary thing that they were talking
Yeah,
about?
last time I went, yeah.
Oh.
Like when I was younger and I'd actually go there consistently and I had a little pass. Me and my parents would drop us off. Hey, go have fun, yeah. We're just gonna go scheme around.
So it's a kid's place too.
I mean,
So
there's
it's-
kids there,
so
but
it's
there's
just a
adults.
kid's
It's a huge place.
So it's a kid's place.
Yeah. No, it's a huge place. You know the thing where, so it's like a big arch and then you and your friend like get attached and you're laying down and then they pull you up on this thing and then they drop you and you swing, like a major swing.
Yeah, like that's like a fair thing, yeah.
No, this isn't like fair level. This is real stunt double type.
Stunt double.
We were crazy little kids. We did that. There's video evidence.
It's a little kid place.
It's a little kid play.
Watch your mouth production.
That's what it sounds like to me. As
We're
well.
gonna make a little trip out to the Bay Area, and we're going out.
I'm not gonna lie. Have you really never like heard of have you heard of Universal Studios?
I've honestly never heard of Universal Studios.
Oh, fair.
I'm
There's a
joking.
Hollywood
You don't think I've heard of Universal Studios?
What? I've never heard of.
You don't think I've
America.
watched a movie before?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if you've
Alright,
heard
I've
of
heard
the
of
theme park.
Universal
I don't know if you've heard of the theme park.
Oh, the theme park. I mean,
That's what I was referring to. I wasn't just talking
like,
about.
I thought you were just
talking
like
about.
Universal. Like that's not Disneyland or anything like that, right?
What's
Wait,
the
which one's what's the one right? Is Universal Studios the one right
No.
across from Disneyland?
No.
What's that one?
That's just California Adventure.
California. Okay, that's yeah. I've been to both those. I've never been to the theme park. So they have roller coasters and stuff,
It's not really a roller coaster. Well, I guess.
or is
they
it like
kinda
the
do
sets of? I know there's like tours of like sets of
Well,
different movies.
They have
I don't know if that's
they have
the same thing.
the studio tour, which is like this legendary thing, because they go around every studio, and every film is made in these places, and blah blah blah, and they do all this cool stuff. And then there's also like multiple different rides that are like enclosed roller coasters because they the biggest thing is like they're basically like experiences, because like there'll be like the Simpsons ride, and you're like basically in this little thing, and you sit in front of this massive like IMAX-y screen, and like there's also water and smoke and like smells and stuff.
I love those. Those are like my favorite ones.
Yeah, there's like a bunch
they have
of
those.
and they have like a Transformers ride and a Mummy ride.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay, yeah, it sounds cool.
yeah.
A haunted house, so We'll have to test it out. Hey, if you want to sponsor us, the podcast, we can come test out both, fly us out, we'll come give them a rating, let our followers know.
Yeah, we will.
Universal Studios is adding you.
Yeah.
And Great America.
Do you know what Knott's Berry Farm is?
I've heard of it. It does ring a bell in my brain, but I don't know exactly what it is.
See, I find it interesting that you know of my two amusement parks, but I don't know if you are.
Knott's Berry Farms. Hey, it's what it is. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. I'm not rude. I'm not worried.
Just saying, man. Just speaks
Just
to
that I
notability.
know more? Oh, okay.
Speaks
I
to
don't
notability.
know more stuff. That's
Speaks to
I don't know what to tell you.
notability. It just speaks to notability. If it was
Oh,
like a
it
big
speaks to
deal,
notability.
I would probably, it would
Oh.
probably be promoted.
Yeah, I mean, best kept secret in the Bay Area.
Best kept secret. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Best kept secret. Wow, I'm starting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like roller coasters?
I'm honestly not really. I'm not like. I mean, like I like roller coasters, I guess, but I don't seek them out or like. I'm not just like ooh.
When's the last time you been on a roller coaster?
Probably Knott's Berry Farm. Couldn't tell you. Probably somewhere in high school, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe like, yeah, I think like freshman year, maybe freshman year, 8th grade. Last time I've been on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like no, wait. Maybe I was back hanging with my cousins, and that's when I don't know roller coaster, just walking with them around. There's a lot of music. I just forget the names around me, but you still get that feeling of that first drop in your stomach or testicles or nuts or whatever.
Wow.
However you wanna. You know the feeling of.
Wow.
I'm just speaking of how it is.
Crazy.
I don't know the feeling for the people that don't have
The
testicles.
women out there. I mean, I just.
Or whomever doesn't have testicles. I don't know the feeling that you get. But it's a crazy one.
Yeah.
It's I don't know even how to describe it. Maybe our words in this English language aren't capable of describing that feeling.
Yeah. It's. I think it's just like an
Probably just
adrenaline
not
rush.
enough
Also.
words, but-
I think it's like more so like an adrenaline thing, and like I mean people. I think we spoke a little bit on this, but like people are just like thrill seekers and seek that adrenaline and rush, and I personally don't really think I do. I guess. I mean, I think.
Have you ever
I think
done
everyone
like
does to a
jumping
certain
off
extent,
cliffs
right?
and
It's
stuff, like going in the water, like jumping off?
I've never been
high
really
rocks.
interested in that. I don't know if
That's
I've ever done
that's a
that.
buzz if you ever want one.
Well, yeah,
Holy
I'm
smokes!
sure.
If you're getting like 50, 60 feet up there and you're jumping off in the water, that little, no, it's like the countdown doesn't work for me. You can't go 3, 2, 1 jump. I just have to like tell myself, brain fuck myself, and just do it.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah, that's a crazy buzz.
I can't
for
say I
sure.
personally
I'm not much
have
of
done
a flip guy, but sorry, go for it.
Yeah, I can't say I personally have ever done it. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm content with when it comes to like those kind of things, and I'm just like, alright. I mean, like I guess I'd do it if placed in that situation, but I'm not like someone that's just like, ooh, really want to do this so fucking bad. And, like,
Oh
keep
yeah,
up this
yeah,
thing.
yeah. We're not going and searching for that experience.
Yeah.
But if
But some
you
people
get
do.
placed
Though.
in
That's
that,
why I said that.
oh yeah, very true, very true. I'm saying for me, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go do this and go jump off these rocks. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, if I'm at a lake with buddies and we're out there and we're like, oh, there's that rock to jump off, we're gonna go jump off.
Yeah. On the topic of water, my favorite places in the world are water parks. I'm a big water park guy. And
I mean,
I say that as like a
even
possibility.
now?
Yeah, I love water parks.
Yeah, when's the last time you went to a water park?
No, I'm not laughing because it's been a while. I'm laughing because I know exactly the last time I went to a water park. The last time I went to a water park was me and all my friends went to Raging Waters. This was probably...
Raging Waters. Is that so? Raging Waters is a multiple, like it's a franchise type thing, or is there one Raging Waters? Because we have a Raging Waters, so it's multiple. There's a franchise. Oh, I got excited that you were maybe in my area.
No. That'd be way too far.
I was confused for a
No,
second, but
it's
then
probably
I
just a
realized,
franchise.
oh, Caleb, there's such thing as franchise. The brain had, it's a late night thing. Sorry,
No,
late
you're
night. Hey, pod brain.
Yeah, but we pod brain actually.
We'll talk about pod brain.
We went to Raging Waters as like a whole friend group, and now this is like 8 to 9, but basically grown men going to a water park together, and I wish I could give more details on this story, but I'm going to sum this up by saying that vehicle ride was probably the most like scared and anxiety filled ride of my life. For just
Vehicle
so many
ride
different rides.
to Raging Waters.
Yes. I'm gonna have to explain that off pod, but it was the most like I was so on edge, and like if anything were to go wrong in that situation, it would have been so bad. But yeah, we just all went to Raging Waters. We all bought like fast passes. We just were
fast passes. Yes, fast passes.
Yeah,
I love
Lazy River a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
I
Lazy River or the wave pool.
Yeah, the wave pool.
They used to have this one called Shotgun, where it's a short slide where you drop like 10, 15 feet down into the water. That was a great one.
Yeah.
Or I like the ones where you slide down. It's like the steep slide. And then you just go into like that big open thing.
Yeah.
And then you just go up and down, or the circular one.
Yeah, they had one that like was very, very, very straight down. But the real worst part of it was that you start standing up in like this tube.
Yeah.
And the bottom just drops
out
straight down.
Scary.
I did not go on that to say the least. I'm not.
What's the one? Where's the one? Where is it? Where they have that and it's like set in a like kind of look like Mayan pyramids, and it's up to it and the bottom drops off and you slide down, and then you go into this thing where it's like sharks and stuff around you. Have you seen that before?
You're
where
talking
is
about
that?
fucking
But it's
No. You're talking
there's
about
one in like
Atlantis. It's like that like big resort thing that's like that.
I feel like there's one in a more exotic place.
I mean, there probably is, but you're talking about Atlantis, though.
Is it
it's like that thing that you'd always see on commercials, and you'd be like, holy shit, why does that look so sick? And they have like a big resort thing, and
that's probably it.
Like, that's exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because every kid knows, like, you've seen those commercials.
You see that commercial, you're like, take
damn. Wish
like,
my parents wanted me to go there. Damn, wish we could go.
I remember my parents first surprised me with, they kind of surprised me like, oh, we're going to Disneyland? Mm-hmm. There's one of those moments in my life.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
See, the difference is, I grew up going to Disneyland like every summer because our summer camps went there.
So sick, bro. Okay, no, I had to say
my
that.
summer camps.
I just had to.
I don't know.
My summer camps.
Okay, fuck summer camps then, I guess. Caleb's calling out anyone that ever went to a summer camp, so.
No, I'm actually jealous.
Guess we suck.
Summer camp. My brother went to a summer camp. It was so sick. They like went into these mountains and they had these dope ass things.
Oh,
and
so.
None of my buddies wanted.
It was out of spite that you didn't like the summer camp.
Pissed. I'm so pissed. It was like my buddies' like parents didn't want him to go, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Jealousy is a crazy thing.
It's like I'm not about to do this by myself, but
it's crazy.
A little ass kid. But all right.
No, I went to like Disneyland probably every summer. Then it's also not that far, so me and my dad used to go decently often, because there's like downtown Disney and there's nice little food places and there's like cool little toy stores and stuff. So there's a Lego store. It's kind of cool. I used to love Legos.
Do you ever go to Legoland?
Yeah, Legoland's not that cool though. Like shout out Legoland though, because like I always wanted to go there, and the thought of always going there always was like, yes, I want to go there. But like in reality, it wasn't that cool. Like I don't know. It was cool, but I liked it more so because like as a kid, once again, huge toy kid, but like they just had like more exclusive like sets and stuff that you could build. So I was like, okay, that's sick. If we go, I can buy some cool stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, and like. Yeah, so like I personally shout out like the Ninjago series. That was like the ninja like Legos. I don't know if any guys used those, but yeah, that's why I specifically like Legoland. But I mean, I just remember always being slightly disappointed when I went, and then I also always thought that like Legoland and SeaWorld were damn near connected, but they weren't. But then also, no disrespect, but SeaWorld just
fuck SeaWorld. Yeah, I'll say it.
Well, they're fine. Okay,
yeah.
I guess we're gonna disrespect.
Fuck SeaWorld. For real.
No, that's how I feel about it, but I just didn't. Yeah, not a vibe at all. Not zoos, just in general, not really a vibe.
Zoos, like I love animals and I love seeing them, but zoos just seem so fucked up.
Yeah, I don't even have like that strong of a passion for animals as you do, but I do dislike animals.
But the damn orcas at SeaWorld. SeaWorld, come on. What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. That's the only word to.
That's what it is. That's my true feelings for them.
Yeah. No, doesn't sit right with me. That's for sure.
100% no.
So if I had to choose, I'd choose like.
If it sat right with you, I don't know if we could be friends.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
to be honest.
That's a deal breaker right there.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but hey, people are a money hungry breed. They do anything for the revenue. But yeah, I feel like I'm like bigger than anyone, a massive toy kid, like massive toy kid. I don't know if you can really agree.
No, I wasn't too much of a toy kid, but I did have some sweet ass toys, but I just wasn't much of a toy kid.
Specifically, I remember there being, no, you're gonna have to. Everyone's gonna kind of have to think about this a little bit. But if you remember in like Transformers 2 or 3, there was that massive like sand monster, the sand transformer. Do you remember that? It like was like built of all these trucks, and it came out and had the big mouth with the circular things. Remember how sick that was? Like that thing was sick.
It had the huge nuts that they showed in it, right? Crazy take. I don't know why I remember that, but it was like a huge sand thing. I'm serious. Look it up. I don't know why that stuck in my brain, but it was like the funniest thing when you were a kid watching that show.
What? Are we talking about the same thing? I'm talking about the Transformers movies.
Yes, watch it. Look it up. Look it up. I don't know why that stuck with me. But
this Transformer they give this Transformer a...
That's why it was so weird. That's why it stuck in my brain.
Well, that deviated from the story I was going to tell about that Transformer.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No. It's hilarious. No, I want to see now. I want to see this Transformers genitalia, I guess. Yeah, I'm waiting for my production manager to see if this actually exists. But
I looked up sand transformer nuts.
Hold on, I don't know if you guys heard it all. This man looked up sand transformer nuts on Google.
I don't know why. Yeah.
I'm surprised like some like hentai stuff didn't come up for you there. But so what I was I'm gonna go back as we still look for this. I'm gonna just tell my more child appropriate.
This is what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Maybe I'm looking up the wrong one.
I don't think he has nuts.
Dude, the movie scene. Look at the movie scene. Maybe I'm tripping.
What are you? I don't think we're talking
Maybe I'm
about
tripping. But it was. I remember being as a kid and being like, oh my god.
What?
It was weird.
Well, that sand transformer.
Movie.
That sand transformer that like eats the sand and then like it's like just a 6 scene, and he's like massive. I remember they came out with a toy of it, and the thing was massive. The thing like literally probably like would have taken up this whole table. Like it was like massive, and it was $100. And at the time when you're younger, and the $100 in perspective to you sounds like $1 million.
It sounds like,
oh my god, 100 like.
It's a real amount.
3 digits. Yeah. So. Okay.
He's pulling up the scene, people.
The scene's actually really cool.
Can you tilt it forward a little bit, please, sir?
But yeah, I remember like it was yesterday begging my dad to buy me this $100 toy.
I remember my first toy that was like expensive. I bought myself was a ripstick. Not really a toy, but it was $110 I saved up for myself through quarters. My dad would always give me quarters. I just saved them.
You saved up in quarters. How long did that take you?
It took me like 8 years probably.
Also, can we acknowledge that these Transformers Shia LaBeouf films
and Megan Fox?
Megan Fox was on prime, of course. But
Machine Gun Kelly, shout out the guy. Good job, buddy. They're dating, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Interesting couple. But
very interesting couple.
Love is a lot. I respect that. God, the sound. That's literally the sound that they're making in the movie.
The sound. Yeah, for people listening, we're watching the scene right now. We're trying to
figure out. See these nuts.
I'm not going to restate that.
Sand transformer genitals, apparently.
This is a big ass transformer, though. This guy's huge. This guy's huge.
The toy was just as big.
Just as big.
It was so cool. I remember opening it, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is awesome. Oh, cool.
We're gonna...
Okay.
Finish the scene. We're gonna finish the scene.
Alright, well, we're finishing it. There's
How long is it?
Flying into its mouth. This thing's probably pretty long.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what you're remembering from this Transformers film. But honestly, this honestly reminds me that I might need to watch Transformers over again.
I feel like I would have remembered some big Transformers.
I don't know if you guys heard. Micah quote said, I feel like I remember some huge Transformer nuts. I feel like the amount that we've said that word in this podcast is now...
Dude, hold on. Just lock in. Just lock in right here.
Alright. Alright, so there's Believe it or not.
If we had our production manager that's skimming through this for us and trying to figure out where
that's great. Okay.
Oh, I paused it on accident.
Believe it or not, we did not see any Transformer nuts.
We didn't get through this. We didn't get through the scene. We got halfway through. Then the big scene is what is like a weird thing.
But it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. We are reaching.
You had a quote that you wanted to say. I want to hear this quote.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
I was introducing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were. I just want to make sure that.
No. We're reaching the introduction or the conclusion of this episode of this experience, and we're gonna end it with a fun fact and a quote, I guess. My quote. My quote that's not really necessarily a quote, I guess. It's more so a declaration on behalf of the board.
Not the nuts.
Oh, he found him! He found him! Yes, he did! Hold on, people. Yes, he did! I'm so glad I'm not an idiot.
Where is it?
Did I press play?
Oh yeah.
Apparently there are Transformers.
There they are! There they are! Yes!
There are Transformer nuts on my screen. Yep. Those are Transformer nuts. Wow, crazy.
What a brain on the kid.
Honestly.
What a brain.
But yeah, so it's just like a statement on behalf of the board is, we just ask that you never disrespect the board in our house. Please and thank you.
Ooh.
That's as polite as we can say.
Please don't disrespect the board.
The
board says what it says.
Mm-hmm. It's
Learn to live with it.
You just live with it.
Don't trash the board. The board didn't do anything to you.
Exactly. The board did not do anything to you. You know.
Harsh reality out there.
Yeah.
Harsh reality. Let's hear the fun fact that you. Oh, you already said the fun fact. I didn't know if you were going to re-say another one.
Nope.
No, that's it. All right, people. Well, thank you so much for listening. Please share, like, subscribe, word of mouth, spread it to your friends.
Oh yeah.
We're already in some fantastic places in this country.
Oh, of course
We're also worldwide. If you didn't know, we do have some listeners in Europe, and maybe Australia if a couple things work out correctly. Maybe we do have Australian listeners. So our best listener, one of our favorite, our best, most liked listener. I don't know what words I'm trying to say. Well, from Australia. So, love you. Okay, bye, people.
Adios.
Just munching on it.
I'm starving.